Okay, video number 2 today. I want to go back over this Argentina-U.S. Currency swap that we did. So last week we did a whole video on it. You should go watch it. It all is very important to what happened yesterday, okay? But the basics are we gave them a $20 billion currency swap so that they could get dollars so they could pay off their debt. Now, when Trump came into office, he tried to get Argentina to stop a 18 billion. I'd said 20 in my previous video, but in today's numbers they say it's 18. And currency swap. But this is a little different with the Chinese. The Chinese give the Argentina a currency swap, so Argentina is giving them the peso, and Argentina gets the renminbi. And what are they doing to renminbi? Well, there's only one thing you can do. You buy Chinese goods, okay? So that's what happened. Now, when Argentina got into this issue and the peso was going down, they were running out of currency, they had $6 billion left, they spent $1.1 billion over 3 days, and then they came up to Trump and begged him, just give me money. And basically, we just gave them $20 billion, okay? So, also, during that period of time, Malay said, hey, listen to all his exporters, we're going to get rid of all export taxes on our soybeans, wheat, anything like that, any food, so that people will give you orders and we ship it out because we need the hard currency from other countries, all right? There we are. Now, yesterday. So, someone got a picture of Scott Bessent's phone when he gets a text message, okay? And the text message was sent by Agricultural Secretary Brooke Rollins, and she warned Bessent that Argentina was selling soybeans to China despite a U.S. trade deal requiring Buenos Aires to cut ties with Beijing. The soybean trade is critical to Midwestern farmers, a key voting bloc for Donald Trump's base as the MAGA movement looks towards 2026. So the second paragraph here says, finally, just a heads up, I'm getting more intel, but this is highly unfortunate. We bailed out Argentina yesterday, Bessent, and in return, Argentine removed their export tariffs on grains, reducing their price, and sold a bunch of soybeans to China at a time we would normally be selling to China. Soy prices dropped further because of this, giving China more leverage on us. Rollins then posted the X account on Ben Scholl, a grain trader in Iowa, whose post she was sharing with Bessent. And Bessent responded, on a plane, but Scott, I can call you when I land. And here's Bessent receiving the text that someone got a picture of at the United Nations Assembly. By the way, Huawei has done a commercial already saying if this was a Huawei phone, if someone looks over your shoulder, it automatically blocks out what they can see. But you have to be Chinese to get that because America, we don't allow that. So the image of Bessent's text from Rollins has been all over Argentinian media in recent days. It was taken by an AP photographer. It comes after Trump met last week with Argentina's President Javier Milei to offer him $20 billion financial lifeline amid a weakening currency and dwindling cash reserve. And this was all in our video last week. However, the U.S. spending package was contingent on Buenos Aires axing a currency swap with China worth $18 billion. And in the video, we say it was 20, okay? And everything I've read prior has been 20. This is the first time I've seen 18. You can make up your mind which one is right. So, when we asked, when Trump first came in and we demanded they get rid of this line, they were like, no, we don't have any money. We can't buy anything. And by the way, America, you don't make anything. We need what the Chinese make. So we need that currency swap with the Chinese so we can buy stuff for the Argentinian people, and they turned them flat down. But as we said in our video last week, Trump looks at this through political eyes. Milei is a right-wing libertarian, and this is what, Elon Musk and Lutnick and Bessent and Navarro, the three blind mice, this is what they want, okay? Now, look, this is what happens, I believe, when we're not discussing among ourselves what we should be doing and how it should be done. Look what happened with Japan. When we put the tariffs on their cars, originally, I forget what it was, now it's 15%, okay? What came out of that, once everyone figured out the math, was our U.S. car manufacturers went nuts. They called Trump up and said, listen, it is cheaper for the Japanese to build their car in Japan, pay the 15% tariff, ship it across the ocean, and their car is still cheaper to manufacture than it is for a U.S. manufacturer to manufacture a car, because we put 50% tariffs on all the parts. Then we put it on steel. Then we put it on aluminum. It's nuts. And then here we go. We bail out Argentina, and they now turn around and bury our farmers. And where's the news? They're not talking about this. So listen, everyone who follows this channel knows that I believe that times have totally changed, and we are going to be in a transition period for the next 15 to 20 years. But if we don't think about what we're doing and how we do it, what good is that? We're hurting ourselves for no reason. And by the way, bailing out Argentina for, Trump's political, this is the guy I want to support, makes no sense whatsoever. So, listen, tell me in the comments, what should we do about this? And where do we go from here? I mean, don't just say you're against it. How do we actually do this? How do we do discussions among ourselves so that we can be successful? Period. Doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, a Republican, an Independent, we're Americans. How can we be successful? Like and follow, tell me in the comments.